How a computer works. Basic functions of a computer. To accomplish a task using a computer, you need a combination of hardware, firmware, software, and user input. All computers follow the 4 stages of input, process, storage, output. The input stage involves taking user information and converting it into digital data so the computer can process it. The process stage involves executing the instructions based on the user input. The storage stage saves data in either temporary storage, such as RAM, or permanent storage, such as the hard drive. The output stage involves rendering results of the task, either as graphics on a monitor or sound from a speaker. It may also involve operating other devices like the printer. How does a computer work? Step by step. First, you provide input when you turn on the computer. The power button signals the power supply to convert the AC power from the wall socket into DC power at the proper voltage. This power is then sent to the computer hardware components like the CPU, monitor, keyboard, and mouse. Now the brain of the computer, the CPU, gets ready to wake up the computer so it can perform tasks you ask it to perform. The CPU or the processor uses its read-only memory, ROM, to retrieve basic instructions on how to boot up. These instructions are stored as software embedded in the ROM. So this is an example of firmware that enables the CPU to boot up. This firmware is called the BIOS, Basic Input-Output System, and contains the fundamental system startup instructions for the CPU. First, the CPU runs a self-test called a POST, Power On Self-Test. It tests various components including the memory, random access memory, disk drives, and CD-ROM optical drives. Once this test is successful, the CPU finds and retrieves the operating system software. To find the operating system, it follows a preset booting sequence, such as searching a thumb drive, then a CD drive, then the hard drive, etc. After the operating system initializes, it copies files to RAM for quick and easy access. The operating system then inventories the system memory for availability. The operating system loads the drivers for the peripheral devices like printer, scanner, optical drive, keyboard, and mouse. The operating system now waits for you and allows you to access its applications. The purpose of an operating system is to organize and control hardware and software so that the device it lives in behaves in a flexible but predictable way. The operating system manages the following 6 tasks on the computer: processor, CPU management, memory, RAM management, device management, storage or drive management, communication with applications through middleware, user interface by accepting input and processing output. Now you control what happens next by choosing a program you want to use. Click on the icon or enter a command to start the program. Let's say you pick your word processor. The OS loads it into RAM and starts executing the word processing software's instructions. These instructions paint the user interface on your monitor using the graphic controller device driver and middleware. Now the application is ready, awaiting your next instruction, like opening an existing document, creating a new one, or saving a document. If you want to print the document to the application, we'll need to communicate again with the OS via middleware, so it can execute a print command and communicate to the printer.